This directory begins with a letter from Father Michael Burrell, our Superior General, introducing us to it and officially promulgating the directory as an official document of the congregation. This letter is meant to draw us together, to inspire us and to set us out together on this path of the directory. Then we have a brief introduction that simply orients us to and through the directory. It offers two guiding principles, the introduction, to which we must constantly orient ourselves like the points of a compass. These two guiding principles are everything for mission, the first one, so that partnership in mission can never become an end in itself. In the Redemptorist context, all is for mission. Partnership in mission is and must always be partnership for mission. And the second guiding principle is that what is fundamental is not optional. The second principle is that partnership in mission is, in Redemptorist understanding, a fundamental priority. It's not an optional theme in our apostolic life. It's not like something that we choose depending on time and place and personal will, but it is the way of living as Redemptorists, a priority that is given to us, not decided by us. It's given to us by what we have in our own foundations, the basics or fundamentals about mission as we understand it. This about the introduction of the directory. Then the directory itself. But I would like to point also previously at the outset to the appendices found at the back of this directory. It's like a list of comparative terms in Spanish and English, proposals for celebration of commitment and formulas of commitment for lay missionaries of the Most Holy Redeemer, prayer for vocations, etc. You have lots of appendixes, useful ones there. The directory itself is simply organized into 4 chapters: foundations, people, formation, structures. Foundations. Chapter 1 gives us some insight about how to read the signs of our times in what concerns the growth of evangelical relationships between the laity with professed religious of countless institutes. It's the opportunity of a renewed awareness and a renewed hopeness. In reading the signs of times, it's not a good idea to be over-dramatic, but it's clear that we are living today in a refoundational challenge. And changing is somehow painful, but not changing is deadly. As a Redemptorist family, we interpret this as a clear manifestation of the action of the Spirit in the Church and within us, in and through us. In this chapter 1, about the foundations of partnership in mission, we put our feet in the solid ground of evangelical friendship that God intended ideal in Christ to make us one. Mission and communion. That's what partnership between professed and lay Redemptorists is for. Mission and communion. Or if you want, communion for mission. That's the main thing on the fundamentals in the first chapter. On people. Chapter 2 deals with the diversity of forms which make up the great Redemptorist family framed in the congregation. In addition to the professed members, they include the lay missionaries of the Most Holy Redeemer, Redemptorist laity or associates in some other parts of the congregation, it depends, the many varieties of lay collaborators and oblates. This second chapter offers descriptions and profiles outlines some of the responsibilities and roles of professed Redemptorists and laity in partnership in and for mission. We think that this is what the congregation has been asking for and crying out for some time. Our next video will be just about this, especially on the profiles of the lay missionary of the Most Holy Redeemer and the Redemptorist laity or associate. This is probably one of the most often asked questions when we walk around in the congregation speaking or witnessing about this issue of partnership. Formation now. Chapter 3 addresses formation for lay missionaries of the Most Holy Redeemer, Redemptorist laity or associates, lay collaborators, and oblates with professed Redemptorists. Also, the formation in the congregation must be a formation in and for partnership, in and for mission. This topic will be dealt with in much more detail in the forthcoming Ratio Formationis for partners in mission. There will be more detail in the ratio, but we needed to offer some basic comments and a basic structure and a grounding methodology or logic, if you'd like, on formation here, as this belongs in a directory. And this is asked by so many in the congregation. Formation for mission and for ministry is essential for all of us, for all partners. Just as important is formation for partnership. Of course, there is informal formation, the formation that happens as we go through life and in missions. And there is formal formation, the kind that we structure and plan and offer to make our engagement in mission more well-founded and hopefully effective. But we can't leave everything to spontaneous feelings or spontaneous initiatives. We must form all our missionary body for this partnership way of accomplish apostolic life. It is essential that we offer this structured formation for mission and ministry. It is also essential that we offer formation for life-giving partnership, for effective collaboration. Because not everyone is a born collaborator, and not always we are natural partners. But there are skills for collaboration, there are strategies for partnership. And these skills can be taught, and these strategies must be practiced. Chapter 4 offers a clear outline of the structures which support partnership in mission at the different levels of the congregation: local, unit, conference, and general levels. The directory calls for greater coherence and for greater unity of practice at all levels of the congregation. The major structure called for in the directory at all levels is the creation of commissions for partnership in mission. It calls for an office and commission for partnership in mission at the general level. And it then calls for each conference and also each unit to put into place a commission for partnership in mission. And it outlines the mandate and major tasks of these commissions. It's all about good and consistent communication and the creation of consistent structures through which we collaborate across units and conferences and in the congregation as a whole. It also calls for assemblies of Redemptorist partners in mission, assemblies of lay missionaries of the Most Holy Redeemer. Of course, there can happen as standalone events, or they can also occur within the context of other events. For example, in concert with other Redemptorist gatherings, assemblies, retreats of the units, of some local communities of a unit, of some units among themselves. This directory has a wealth of orientations and informations that can support partnership in mission and help propel us on the path forward. So now, we just welcome everyone to read through this directory and to see what it holds for you, for your own setting, for your own context. And always remember, please, that we belong to a worldwide Redemptorist family. We are not encapsulated in our own community or unit or nationality. We are members of a big family serving in over 80 countries, with that many countries, nationalities, languages and cultural contexts. This directory has to speak to all and to be adapted according to each context. So that's one challenging venture we have in our hands. We are embarking on a new moment in partnership and mission with this directory, the first of these directories. It's true, in almost 300 years of our congregation, it's the first time we create a directory as this and for this. So we are really living something as a let's go ahead moment, and we must live it together. May it be a helpful resource for us all, going through this reflection on the gospel-grounded foundations of partnership in mission, on the clarity about the people and different forms of association in the Redemptorist family, on formation for mission in communion as one apostolic body, and on structures at the service of evangelization in partnership for mission. We'll see each other in a next video.